that was fast.
I was just about to call anyway, so.
I see how it is.
I already had Google Hangouts up.
Oh, yeah. And that's what it's like to have Google Hangouts.
That's the way the news goes.
Grass tastes bad. Where's Lucas?
It's been a whole 20 seconds.
Get in here. Everybody get in here.
There are a couple of times, or there has been lately, a couple of times where I'll join a call that you guys are already on because I didn't get the notification that the call started.
Yeah, I feel like we should message him just to make sure he knows.
Yeah.
We started
The
the
notifications
call.
don't always go out.
Lucas. I usually start the call, so I haven't experienced this. Oh, there he is.
Hey,
In all
there's
his
the man.
video glory.
Hey, oh
He's
shit.
got nice, beautiful face on the podcast. You can't see it, but we can.
Actually, this lighting is kind of dramatic. I am into it. Wow. What is this, like, face 1/4 shadow? Okay, not bad.
All right, I'll turn mine on too. Feel bad.
I won't. My hair looks bad.
Oh, so your friends are gonna be judging that?
I wore a hat all day with my hair like pulled backwards.
Andrew,
So now my hair is like standing in every direction.
Andrew, I think I've seen your hair affected by a hat more often than not. You used to put a hat on immediately out of getting out of the shower. Ryan, looking sharp.
Am I though? I'm doing fine.
Fine.
Your hair looks literally normal.
Andrew.
Like objectively
I
normal.
have a mullet.
No one can see it, and no one cares. We are your straight friends from college. We do not care what your hair looks like.
I don't want you to judge me.
Well, then you shouldn't have that Miller Lite poster in the background.
Yeah, honestly, the judgment has been done.
It's a Packers poster.
It does say Miller Lite though, so
Also, it's a banner. It's not a poster.
Wow.
Come on.
the judgment continues. That's all I know.
Wow.
That is the one thing that I know. All right,
I must
leaving
look
this on.
real dumb when I record these podcasts because I don't have my microphone on a stand like you guys do. So I have to like hunch over into my microphone and record.
Just
good
lower
for the
your
back.
chair.
Yeah.
It's as low as it goes.
Do you have like books or anything you can set your mic on? Like raise it up?
I mean, yeah, I'd still have to like lean over.
How's your microphone not on a stand? What do you mean?
It came with like a mini tripod
Yeah.
that only sits about like 4 inches high.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, so
There you go.
how far away is your mouth from your microphone right now?
Like 5 inches?
Are you also like leaning over into your microphone, or do you have it stacked on top of something?
My chair goes pretty low, I guess, or my desk is
Oh.
higher than yours. I don't know.
Yeah, you're much taller than me, and I guess maybe you just have a really high desk, but
I mean, you have an adjustable chair for a reason. Like the
yeah,
desk
no,
is
and
irrelevant.
it's as low as it gets.
Yeah, your chair must not go very low.
All right.
We're an audio podcast. I'm leaving my webcam on this whole time.
Oh,
I
fine.
turned it on. I'm not.
Okay, here we
fine.
go.
I went to the effort.
Here we fucking go. Welcome, one and all, to episode 118 of the Voluntary Viewing podcast, recorded on October 25th, 2020. Today on the podcast, we have the greatest privateer to ever sail the high seas, Bill Seacaster, otherwise known as Ryan Holtz.
My boy. My beloved boy. There he is. Yeah, that's me as Bill Seacaster. I'm guessing what episode are you on?
I am...
We don't have to dive completely into it, but I'm just curious.
5 minutes away from finishing episode 9.
Which is the
Dishing with a Demon. Where they...
Oh, Gorthalax.
Yes.
These are references that I don't fully understand, but can kind of glean from context clues.
Honestly, at this point, maybe you should watch it.
Maybe,
You don't have the time, but it's so fucking good. It's just really fucking good.
It's worth making the time,
Fantasy High.
honestly.
Honestly, even if it takes you like a year, I think it's worth it. Like, it's legitimately unbelievable.
Every other month, I watch one episode of
Honestly,
Fantasy High.
Yeah, it's a YouTube video. You can pause it and come back. Like, you could watch 15 minutes a day if you wanted to.
I mean, I think this is going to end up somewhere on our 2020 top 10s list. Yeah.
Absolutely on my top 10 for TV shows, if we count it as a TV show. I mean, we can't really count it as a movie, and it's not a video game, so...
It's a show.
I'm guessing TV show.
Definitely.
It wasn't in 2020, though.
New episodes
Those are
have come
the
out.
three things. Those are the three things ever. Video games, TV shows, and movies. The three genders.
New episodes have come out...
You have to be one of the three. If those are the three things, which one are each of us?
I am a non-binary. I kind of go across. I'm definitely like
Ryan's avant-garde media.
Yeah, somewhere in the spectrum, but I'm like leaning TV, but I definitely dabble in movies and like maybe not as much video game as I could, but video game. That's me.
I mean, if anything, I'm closer to anime, which is like probably mostly TV, but also kind of games, and then
that is a TV show.
Well, there are some anime-ass video games.
There are some video game.
But those are video games.
I don't know. It all works. It all's cross. There's some video game ass movies out there.
That's true. They played Rampage
at
the bar today.
I'm a fucking movie, man. guess my life is just a movie.
Whoa. My life is a movie. Can I just say, by the way, that I feel like we've dawned a new era of the podcast? I feel like I can pick up on visual cues so much.
Yeah. Oh my. Okay. This might be permanent. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, this is weird. It's like episode 118, and I think like the first two we were video chat, and then we cut it because of connectivity problems, and now we're like in 118, just kind of like, oh, this is actually kind of better, isn't it? Oops. We've been doing podcasts for 2.5 years or whatever it is.
That's how we grow.
I've moved my laptop over, and I've stuck my microphone on top of my laptop stand, so it's a little precarious. So if it falls over and fucks up the audio, I'm sorry, but this way I can actually look at my computer screen.
That's probably a good idea.
And the man who moved his laptop is desperately hoping that the nickname Golden Horde doesn't stick, and that tiefling girl with an obviously troubled home life stops flirting with him. Vice Principal Golden Horde, Andrew Clark.
Okay, so two things. First, was that golden whore that you called me?
Golden rod.
Golden rod
was the joke, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Oh, golden rod. Okay,
Yes.
that one, I can work with that one. And what is a tiefling?
Half demon, half anything else.
Yep.
It's like a mix.
Oh, okay. So I'm not going to go to jail for that or anything.
For being a tiefling?
Well,
No.
Well, let me-
like what did you say? I was like dating a tiefling or something.
she was coming on to you.
Look, Andrew, I'm not saying you put a pig down, but
What? I don't understand this.
Ryan knows where I'm going with this. And then last but not least on the podcast is me, Lucas DeRuyter, everybody's favorite halfling, mailman, anacro-socialist, Bud Cubby.
Bud Cubby. Dude, you're gonna have so much fun with the finale. I think it's actually the penultimate is a fun little cameo, but god damn it.
Now, the trouble with going to the cops, kids, is that you might get a real snake, and, they're going to hold that thin blue line over you, and ultimately just uphold the status quo, which means defending the rich and powerful.
Yeah. Now, if you need to... Now, what you can do is you can bag a cop, and they're like, oh, hold on. My mother is a cop, good sir. He's like, look, I'm not saying you put a pig in the ground.
I'm sure there are some good cops, okay?
God damn it. Bud Cubby.
This podcast is just us pitching to Andrew why he needs to watch Fantasy High. I love it.
I did see that there's a highlight clip and that I did watch right before this podcast of Meet the Cubbies. So that is a solid one, but it would have a little mini spoiler because it includes their cameo later.
Oh.
So.
I'll get there.
Oh well.
And we are about to get to News of the Week.
Whoa.
Woo.
This happened, I think simultaneously with us recording last week, but AOC and a bunch of other people of note, like Ilyan Omar, H-Bomber Guy, and Pokimane, played Among Us together and drew in a crowd of about 430,000 people.
Fucking Pokimane was on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Pokey was 100% going to be on that
so
shit.
Good.
Also, Corpse Husband shot his shot with AOC, which was fucking primo. Literally... So Corpse Husband, for people that don't know, is he's literally known for having just a remarkably deep and sultry voice. He's never shown his face. He just has an incredibly deep voice. So people are able to ascribe whatever they want to him sexually.
Oh God!
And there was clearly a moment where he was talking in the deliberation for Among Us, where AOC was a little bit flustered.
You know what? Yeah.
She muted the chat and was just like, I can't get over this guy's voice. And I think his chat was telling him shoot your shot, she's into you. And literally later in one of the deliberations, he's just like, so AOC, how was your day? And just casually straight shooting a shot, man. You gotta do it.
You know what? Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
So
he's doing what he can. Doing all he can.
That was the gold moment of worlds colliding. Fucking the Twitch world and politics. Oh my God. Pretty amazing.
Everybody out there trying to land a lawyer as a partner, this guy is trying to land a congressperson, okay? We can step it up.
A congressperson and future presidential hopeful.
Oh my God, please. Yes.
A very what's it called, motivated person. So but she's also dating some guy.
Some guy.
I ship it.
Some Ed Sheeran looking dude.
She's not gonna fuck you.
Dude, stop simping for AOC. She's already fucking Rupert Grint.
She's dating Rupert Grint?
No, not literally Rupert Grint, but the dude looks unimpressive. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm just saying AOC could do better.
I don't know what I would do with that.
Look up AOC's boyfriend and tell me you're not or tell me that you're impressed and you think that 10 out of 10 thumbs up AOC. She's punching down there a little bit.
Riley Roberts. Man, look at this fucking neck beard.
I mean, how tall is he?
This dude, his interesting fact at social gatherings is that he thinks he looks like Ed Sheeran.
I see it.
That's what I said. Yeah, some Ed Sheeran looking motherfucker. And Ed Sheeran, by the way, nah.
Well, I mean, yes, I agree, but also I think it's an Adam Driver situation where Ed Sheeran's not for everybody, but the people Ed Sheeran is for.
What, they just like his voice? Much like Corpse Husband, Ed Sheeran.
I was going to say, I don't know if there's anybody that think that Ed Sheeran is actually attractive. They just are captivated by what they perceive as all of his other qualities.
His intangibles.
He's got a really dreamy voice, and oh my God, he's so sensitive because Taylor Swift dumped him. Or whatever it was. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that dude, meh. Look, maybe it's true love.
Okay.
I'm not gonna judge. I'm not jelly. Y'all do y'all, but come on, AOC.
You know what? He has a look, and it's my understanding that is a lot of what the New York dating scene is about. Just making an impression.
What if he has a really deep voice?
Just peacocking? Ooh, if he has a really deep voice.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Corpse Husband could swoop right in there.
Oh boy. This is getting weird. This is getting
Slid
weird.
into her DMs.
And this might be the dawn of the future of US politics, so it's only gonna get weirder.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fucking Hasanabi for, I don't know, the chief of staff.
Guys, if we can just corner the Pokimane vote, we got this in the bag.
Good God.
Yeah. No, AOC is going to marry her boyfriend for like political reasons because it'll like make it look like she has like a solid home life and American values and yada yada yada, and interracial relationships, like sell and all that kind of stuff. But then she's going to choose her running mate in Corpse Husband, and all the old rumors are going to resurface.
Veep ended, Andrew. You're pitching an episode right now, and Veep already ended.
Truth. Selena Meyer would fuck Corpse Husband. I'm just gonna say it. She fucked her trainer because he was there.
You know what? Corpse Husband would be lucky. Corpse Husband would be lucky to hook up with a Julia Marie-Dreyfus lookalike.
Oh, absolutely.
We all would.
Or just literally Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
In news that only I care about, the original Fire Emblem game from 1990 is finally getting localized, and fuck, I'm going to end up playing a game from 1990 like 3 weeks after next-gen consoles launch.
It's such a great corner that you've established. In news that only I care about, this is happening.
Does that need to be like a separate category in the planning doc?
I mean...
News of the week, video games, television, film, other... news that Lucas only cares about.
Look, we're all busy people with filled out social lives. If you guys just like need a 5-minute window in a podcast recording, you like reply to text messages and stuff, like I can just go off about anime or some dumb shit.
Yeah, hey, I really got to go to the bathroom. Ryan's been saying how hungry he is. Lucas, you just, I don't know, talk about Hatsune Miku or something for a minute.
So the thing about Hatsune Miku,
oh boy.
No, I don't think I have anything. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, you put a nickel in him. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Hi.
It's time. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's fun to riff. Sometimes.
No.
Sometimes there's just nothing there.
No. I don't think I have anything here with Hatsune Miku.
Or with Fire Emblem?
I mean, I don't know. I'm into it.
Or do you have something with Fire Emblem?
I hope I can get the special edition, even though it costs like $50, because I really dig that art style, though. And I don't know what it is other than, like, this is generic 90s anime-ass anime art style, and I am infatuated with that for some reason.
There is a huge price difference between the regular game and the special edition.
Yeah.
The game itself is $7.
Yeah. But the special edition...
The special edition is $50.
Well, and it comes with an art book and a physical copy of the game and, like, all those knickknacks and doodads.
Knickknacks and doodads. A voluntary viewing.
Is that going to be the...
experience.
Is that our next spin-off?
Ooh.
Knickknacks and doodads. When the quarantine cast ends...
When the quarantine
cast
cast
more nerd-centric podcast.
When?
I don't think the quarantine cast is ever ending, bro.
If.
Yeah.
This is new. We're gonna have to be at our workplaces, taking our lunch breaks to just talk about random shit. It'll be great.
And a follow-up from episode 153 of the Quarantine Cast. Google does not support, oh god, I fucked up. I fucked this up. Does not support the Stadia developer tweeting that people shouldn't be allowed to stream games. This is...
no, he didn't say that streamers shouldn't be allowed to stream games. He said they should be more grateful and then also pay him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not necessarily him, the devs and stuff.
We know what he meant by that.
Yeah. Basically just straight up like, no, streamers, they should be licensing these games, even though sometimes they literally make the game like successful single-handedly. Like,
yep.
Yeah. No, totally. They should pay a licensing fee. People that stream to like small audiences of like 100 people as a hobby should be paying like multi-$1,000 deals to corporations that don't need the revenue in order to play their games. It's a great take.
Like with Among Us, Fall Guys, Fortnite, PUBG.
Like anything big, basically, that's like blown up to the next level in the last 5 years is streaming. Like it's all driven by streaming.
I mean, and we saw that with, I mean, I'm sure it happens with tons of games, but We saw it like pretty famously with Apex Legends at the very beginning, when the devs paid, all the big streamers just tons of money to make Apex Legends the biggest game at the time. And then once they stopped paying them, it kind of fell off.
Yep.
It's a part of the hustle now.
It's literally, the developers should be paying the streamers.
Yeah.
It's literally the opposite.
And sometimes they are, because it works.
It absolutely works.
Moving into TV, kind of, Quibi is shutting down.
Hey.
Oh, Quibi. Who could have seen you coming?
Alas, poor Quibi. I knew him, Horatio.
Well, that's actually a very pro Quibi allegory to make. Like, to compare him to Yorick. Well, like, everyone hated Quibi and no one ever liked it, and then it died. Like, that wasn't Yorick at all.
Yorick was a jester clown that no one gave a shit about, and Hamlet just remembered him as a kid, and then he was cast aside and died alone.
He said remembered him well. It sounded like he provided great mirth, even though he was eventually supplanted as the court jester. Quibi just fucking... Quibi was born, shot straight into a toilet, got flushed down said toilet, and then died in the sewer, completely without any recognition.
Quibi was a dumpster baby.
Not even I think toilet baby.
God.
Just straight up. There was no enjoyment ever provided by Quibi. I saw some figures. It was incredible. It was 800,000 people signed up for the free trials. And after the free trials ended, I think there was 17,000 paying subscribers after that initial wave of free trials. It was next fucking level how bad that thing flopped. So, 800,000 isn't a viable user base in the first place. But that was literally inflated free trial numbers.
Yeah, and then
take them away, and there's
2% of that
exactly.
into the 1.0 is not gonna cut it.
It's like a small town was watching this.
Whatever USA, sponsored by Bud Light and Quibi.
If you got Baraboo, Wisconsin to all subscribe to Quibi, that's the equivalent of how many paying subscribers they had. It's fucking brutal, man.
Shoutouts to Baraboo. You guys are somehow the city that listens to this podcast the most.
Ew.
Moving into film then, well, this is some anime bullshit. It's weirdly relevant anime bullshit. The anime movie Demon Slayer Infinity Train is currently at the top of the global box office, having made $44 million in 3 days.
Nice.
I'm sorry, what is this shit?
I take back everything I've said about 2020 so far. We've had an about face. We are peaking, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god, it's over. It's all over, guys. We're going to be stuck in our apartments for thousands of years, and the only movies that make money are anime.
I don't know what the production costs of this film were. That might not be breaking even for it, actually.
It's opening weekend.
Just opening weekend.
It's got a long tail.
Oh my!
It's gonna have staying power. Imagine all the word of mouth.
That international release? What?
Imagine when housewives start talking about it. It's gonna blow up. Week 2 is gonna be even bigger than week 1.
Who would have thought? Not me.
Look at us. Who would have thought?
I'm not finding a budget for Demon Slayer.
Oh, what?
That's not super publicly available?
You're telling me the anime industry notoriously suppresses any reporting on how much projects cost or how much people are getting paid? What?
Ew.
I don't know. This is weird. Felt like putting it in there. Demon Slayer, very, very popular anime and manga. Had a movie come out that followed up its first season, continued the continuity, And yeah, because of bizarre world circumstances, #1 movie in the world right now. And that's only with the Japan release. So
this is some bullshit.
Well, kinda, yeah. It's weird.
I think it's the best timeline. We're turning things around, baby. Auntie Donna's got a Netflix show. Anime is ruling the box office.
Yeah, but I'm still never going to get to see Tenet in movie theaters.
They might re-release it.
I feel like
I did see that the AT&T boss was pretty upset with the release. They were like, I can't say that I'm satisfied or something like that. I could see a re-release. I should probably go to a drive-in, huh?
that could be a good time.
They're playing at drive-ins. Like, it should definitely be on my checklist. But
is it playing at drive-ins?
Mm-hmm. In LA. It's because drive-ins are usually, as I'm sure you know because you've been to one, I remember you talking about it, are usually kind of like second run type movies, like movies off of their primary run. So yeah, in LA where it's all a little accelerated, it's already to like its kind of second run. So it's in some drive-ins.
I can't say that the only... Okay, so there's like one available drive-in that's like remotely close to where I live. I can't say that it would be the best viewer experience.
Is that true? Maybe I won't then.
Well, no. I mean like this particular drive-in because the speakers are blown out and
I see what you mean.
The projector is like kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of fun going and like seeing double feature of two really classic movies in Jaws and Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
But I don't think if I wanted to see a movie for the first time and like get that movie theater experience that would be the way to go. If in LA, I bet that they're way better.
They definitely, yeah. That makes sense. I was thinking just a drive-in in general maybe is iffy for it, but I think it'd probably be fine.
Yeah, it would probably.
Maybe.
I think it would probably be okay.
I don't know. I don't have a big van or truck, which seems to be all the rage on Instagram. You put a fucking couch in it and you treat it like it's your living room, and I don't know.
Does your car have a sunroof?
No.
Oh, well then you're not even allowed in, Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, I'm living like a homeless person for fun.
Yeah.
I think it's usually more of like a one-off, like
okay.
You turn the back of your car into like a giant living room experience, and you'll like, I don't know, cook a fancy meal as well and light candles and
take a couple pictures and then disassemble it.
Yeah, honestly. Take pictures and then like leave the abandoned field that you were in because you weren't even in a drive-in in the first place.
Yeah. And it was also in like a van that was abandoned on the side of the highway.
Oh, wow.
And that no one's been in for like 6 months and the police haven't moved yet. I'm like, yeah, this would be really good for my photo shoot. There's a bag filled with squishy stuff in the trunk. I'm not going to deal with that.
Okay.
Guys,
what does a pregnancy test look like?
Oh, God.
Okay, so this is definitely a gun.
Yeah. Speaking of things nobody knows how to deal with or process, I guess Jared Leto's Joker is going to be in Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League, and this is just a new movie now.
Zack Snyder is not talented.
Oh.
Clap, clap, clap.
There's also some dude that's in the new I think he's in the new Suicide Squad movie that is also going to be in this movie now, which means that this was not the way that Zack Snyder intended to make the movie. It's just a new movie that he gets the chance to make.
He gets to try to fix it. Oh God, guys, this is gonna be such a massive train wreck. I never saw the original, and I might watch this cut because it sounds
me too.
So weird.
It's going to be 4 hours long.
I never fucking saw the original, and there is no way that this one can be good. I heard the original was bad. This one cannot be good. It's like, not physically possible.
Can you imagine if, like, basically it sounds like, if it's like 4 hours long, this is just the sequel mixed into the first movie. Has that ever happened before? And what the fuck? Like, that's insane.
even
is this technically art film?
Evangelion kind of did a thing like this, but
anime trendsetters once again.
Oh,
I promise you, Zack Snyder has seen Evangelion. He took entirely the wrong lessons from that piece of media, but I promise you he has watched it.
Promise is a strong word. There's a chance, but I don't know.
There's no way the guy who made Sucker Punch has not seen one of the biggest anime ever made.
You can't tell me that Zack Snyder isn't just like literally like getting off the film set, going straight to a fucking strip club and just snorting coke until 8 a.m. which is his call time for the next day of shooting. Like, this man does not like have a big media diet or whatever the fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Zack Snyder hasn't slept in 6 years and also has had a boner the entire time.
Jesus. Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Okay, unless we have something in the other category, I believe that will take us to the meme corner. Any memes, gentlemen?
I don't think so.
Not really.
Yeah.
The whole like Hunter Biden computer strippers cocaine thing I've been seeing on the internet, people making tons of jokes about that, about how the like super left just loves it. You know, the Republicans are like trying to exploit it and say that like it's a scandal. Liberals are saying that either it's not true or that if it's true, you know, like Hunter Biden needs help and you shouldn't like bash on him for it. And leftists are saying that they really hope that it's true and that they love Hunter Biden for it.
I've seen none of this. What?
Yeah, it hasn't really permeated my bubble. It's made it seem like, yeah, it's such a non-story, like Republican try-hard.
You know, it's definitely like either not true or mostly not true.
I mean, it's all sourced by Rudy Giuliani, so like...
Yeah, so just... And we all know how ethical and upstanding he is.
His credibility is through the roof right now.
Especially when it comes to journalism and those who work in journalism.
All right, that is a great segue into the breakouts.
Ew.
Ryan, you saw Borat 2.
I did. Borat, subsequent movie film. Not good.
Oh!
Well, it was never going to be good.
Well, people like
There was
Borat.
a chance it was good. Yeah.
Like
Sacha Baron Cohen fucking nailed Who is America. Mm-hmm. I stand by that show is fucking
He's talented.
Great.
Borat sucks. Like,
Borat does not suck. Borat 1 is legitimately good.
No, it's not.
If you say the fucking "my wife" line, like everybody knows that. Everybody knows what that's.
That's
from.
a terrible example. That's the Pickle Rick of Borat. Like that is not what people should be praising Borat for.
I fucking hated that movie.
I think you were being contrarian. I think everyone in your social circle loved that movie at the time, and you didn't see it for some reason or another, and you were like, this is gonna be my thing, but I don't like it.
Have not seen the first Borat or the second.
Well, don't watch the second.
Okay.
And also, yeah, like, why were you defending it? Because you don't know. You might hate it too.
I mean, sometimes when Andrew comes out with such like a harsh opinion like that, with seemingly not a ton to back it up, I'm just kind of like reflexively, "You sure about that, bud?"
Oh, who's contrarian now, motherfucker?
Wow.
You can both be contrarian. That is, it's not an exclusivity thing.
What didn't work about this?
Oh, wait, doesn't that just make you conformist? If you're always battling against contrarians, you're just conformist at that point. Intentionally and nonsensically conformist.
What didn't work about the second Borat movie, Ryan?
It wasn't funny. So many of the scenes left me wondering, like, who was an actor and who was like a legitimate just random fucking person. Like, I think the gold of the first one was when he was just fucking nailing these real people to the wall, and like he's so good at playing along with the joke and making people like kind of like what's his name, Jordan Klepper, just like playing along with it and just really like squeezing the terrible opinions out of people. Sacha Baron Cohen is just an expert at that, And this one just felt a lot of it forced. Like a lot of the interactions were like, this seems too good to be true. It doesn't seem as genuine, and like the people didn't seem as real. And then he would cut in narrative things with the like bits, because it's really just kind of like both Borat movies are just a loose collection of vignettes of like crazy people that he finds and gets to say crazy shit. So in this one, it felt a lot more that like he had a plot, he had something he was trying to drive towards. And so sometimes during these moments of supposed authentically like interacting people, it would cut to like a TV of something going on with the plot. And it was like, wait, so is this all set up? Like, this doesn't seem authentic anymore. And like, I don't know. I definitely torched that.
I was about to ask, since the first Borat movie came out, I mean, there have been a lot of TV shows and movies, mostly TV shows, I guess, I kind of have this setup. Jordan Klepper, even the fucking Eric Andre show is Borat 2 just kind of redundant in the face of this stuff?
I don't think so. I think they could have done it well.
Okay.
I was somewhat excited. Amazon really pushed for it, so it felt like, but you know, it's probably just because it's particularly relevant. And it just felt like the whole movie was leading towards the 1 4-minute scene with Rudy Giuliani. Like,
Okay.
And then COVID definitely like derailed them. Whatever they were planning clearly like had to be tossed in the trash and shifted to COVID narrative. So, yep. But I mean, the Giuliani shit was real. Giuliani absolutely was trying to fuck this supposed amateur reporter not from the United States. So that's fun.
Class act, Rudy Giuliani.
Class act, and also gargantuan national security risk. Like this man has some crazy ass clearance, and he's literally like fucking someone who's like portending to be from another country in as a journalist. Like, yeah, they are going to get leverage, and there was hidden cameras everywhere that he didn't know about, so it's like they can absolutely get leverage over you. Like, come on.
Ryan, you might be able to give me a little insight into this. Like, how is it allowed that like Rudy Giuliani like presence, likeness, whatever could be in this movie like at his expense? Like, what?
I'm guessing because he's a public figure.
Oh,
I think that's a lot of what happened with Who is America as well. Like, when you're a public figure, and they probably signed something that was, you know, for the interview that she was supposedly conducting with him that allowed them to use his likeness and everything.
All right.
So I'm guessing a combination of things. She was pretending to be like a jumpstart or upstart like conservative blonde woman. It's Borat's daughter in the context.
Yes.
And basically the whole movie is Borat trying to like make his daughter more attractive to powerful men, such as at first Mike Pence, and then Rudy Giuliani. And yeah, so she slowly becomes like a Fox News blonde woman type throughout the movie, and the climax is her here. Like, they have a falling out because, of course, like there's got to be a hero's journey. Like, oh no, they fall out, but then they come back to her, and she learns that he's gonna die if she doesn't marry Rudy Giuliani. So she goes to offer herself up to him, and Borat has a change of heart because he's a good person and tries to stop it. So he's like rushing to stop the like marriage, and she's, you know, yeah, doing that.
That sounds like a good movie, though.
It's a plot.
Okay.
It just for me did not work.
Fair,
like at all. So, and that's speaking as someone who did like the first one.
No.
So what can you do?
Andrew, what are you checking out?
I have not checked out anything too much lately. Jade and I watched a couple episodes of Unsolved Mysteries, which is like a new, you know, true crime thing on Netflix. So nothing like too extraordinary there. Like, obviously the stories are interesting and makes it go like, man, what the fuck. But more exciting news, Jade and I decided to make a drinking game out of watching Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Yeah.
My all-time favorite Scooby-Doo movie.
It's up there.
It's real good. It holds up. Very happy to see it again. And then, because we were drunk, decided to watch Halloween Town on Disney Plus.
How does that hold up?
It's a bad movie, but like it was never a movie you're like, oh, I wonder if this holds up. It was always a bad, stupid, fun movie because it's bad. Like, it's a bad movie night movie, and it's like for kids. So like when you're drunk and it's 11:30 at night and you're just like talking shit about it and laughing at it, it's fun.
That's fair.
Okay.
I would never be like oh yeah, if you're like, trying to revisit some childhood movies, definitely check out Halloween Town, because unless you're in the mood for that specifically, the getting drunk and then making fun of a movie, you're not going to enjoy it.
God, what are my childhood movies?
The SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Shrek 2.
That's for me. Shrek 2 is objectively good.
Yep.
I rewatched it recently.
It's also like, it's a movie from our childhood, but it's not like a kid's movie. Like, that movie's definitely enjoyable across ages.
Yeah, it's meant to be enjoyed by everyone, but tailored to kids.
No, I'm saying I had good taste in movies even as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
No.
I don't think I did.
That's fair. Well, I mean,
I think I was a mixed bag.
Hoodwinked has its charms.
I know that I did not.
Hoodwinked has its charms. I did like Hoodwinked. Absolutely. Hoodwinked is not bad, but the animation is fucking next level bad. And I did not notice as a kid that this shit was put together by a bunch of people that had no idea what they were doing. The walk cycles were next level.
I would say Jimmy Neutron movie, but really the show was probably more impactful to me.
I don't think the show was very good.
Really?
When's the last time you watched Jimmy Neutron?
I mean, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute, or since you were a kid?
It's been a decade and a half.
Yeah, the fact that you haven't revisited it.
When was the last time you watched a show from your childhood that wasn't SpongeBob?
SpongeBob, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh, that's fine.
I did watch an episode of Hannah Montana at one point just for the fucking memes. I watched plenty of old Cartoon Network shows randomly, literally one episode of all these shows just to be like, what was going on? And most of them are fine. Jimmy Neutron, very shaky. Fairly Odd Parents. Fairly Odd Parents is pretty solid.
Yeah, I remember that being just a funny show.
Yeah,
Chowder holds up.
So
Chowder's okay.
I think Chowder's pretty beloved. I never watched it. That was not one of mine. So
it's weird. Very.
Oh God, what was the one that was made by the same people as Chowder? And it was the sea
Flapjack. The Adventures.
Yeah, Flapjack.
Yeah. And then they went on to do Adventure Time, I think.
I think that show fucked me up a little bit. I don't know why.
It's a weird show.
I just have bad memories of that show.
You can rewatch it and take away its power.
But what if it still has the power? What if I'm oh yeah, I'm gonna take away the power, and then it just makes it worse?
Yeah, you're just falling
it's
into
Courage
a deep,
the Cowardly Dog. I'm trying to face my fears, but then it's still scary.
A deep spiraling depression of
I fucking
anxiety.
Had to do that with Courage the Cowardly Dog. Actually, the fucking the slab episode still fucked me up a little bit, so I had to make myself rewatch that and just get over the fact that the mummy isn't actually terrifying. It's just weird CGI, and that threw me off as a kid.
It's like Stranger Things season 2 when Bob tells what's his nuts hey, don't be afraid. Stand up to your fears, and then it causes him to get possessed by a demon. Probably, sometimes, don't always do that when the thing is a giant real monster.
Yeah.
Don't try to stand up to your fears. Yeah, for me it was, what was it? Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior, starring Brenda Song.
Okay.
That was your scary movie?
Not scary, but it fucked me up. I was very sick as a kid, and when I was sick as a kid with like fevers, I would hallucinate rather consistently, like horrendous, earth-shattering hallucinations that would really fuck with me.
Okay.
So,
Oh my God.
when you're sick and you have a TV in your room, you throw on Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior because it's like 9:30 p.m. and it's like, what the fuck, I guess. And good God, in a half-sleep, half-awake state, Brenda Song being a fucking weird ninja thing, it fucked me up. And then I rewatched it and was just like, this shit sucks. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was thinking about that movie the other day. I don't know why. I saw something on TV that made me think of Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior.
Is there some power in this movie that we're not aware of? Now I'm concerned.
Ryan's like, now I have to watch it again.
Yeah.
To take away its power again.
We need to do a viewing party, Andrew, to
I don't
really
want to, though. It's
exercise
a bad
this
movie.
demon. Hey, we can do a drinking game with it.
But what if we then like hallucinate and it gets worse?
Andrew, we'll just drop acid and watch this Disney movie.
Just speedball. You drink a lot of coffee and then smoke weed.
And take a couple tabs of DMT and like fucking blast off into outer space. We'll knock the power right out of this
because you've accessed more of your brain, you can draw every frame of Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior by memory. And it's
on
like
the
watching
walls.
it.
On the walls of your apartment, you can draw every frame. And then call the police on yourself.
Yeah. Hey, 911, I think I did something bad, but I'm not sure.
911, I don't think I broke any laws, but I think I need to go to jail.
911, I watched Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior. Please arrest me.
Yeah.
I think I'm a danger to myself or others. I don't know why. Can't really give you any details, but you should probably take me away.
Clearly to yourself if you're watching Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior.
You have lost the ability to make rational decisions for yourself.
Hot take, of all the kids programming channels, on average, I think Disney programs, Disney movies hold up the poorest.
The poorest?
Yeah.
I mean,
there's some gems.
I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say like there's some dog shit, just like any childhood TV show channel, but I think there were a decent amount of like okay Disney Channel movies. And
I think Disney Channel's
were good.
Sorry, I think Disney Channel's tailored towards the youngest demographic of the major kids channels, so that might be an issue with like straight up quality.
Okay.
Because at a certain point, they just want to see fucking London Tipton kicking people. Like, it's for 5-year-olds or whatever.
Yeah, I think that there are some, like, shows set in high school that are definitely meant for, like late elementary school kids, 11 and 12-year-olds.
To imagine what our high school's like.
Yeah, basically.
And then see all the, 25-year-old
I was going to say,
extras.
just the, late 20s people that are playing 14-year-olds, but also being shown to 12-year-olds, so they're perception of who they are and what life is permanently fucked.
It literally absolutely fucked me up. I was terrified of high schoolers because every depiction of a high schooler was just a literal grown adult. Doing literal grown adult things too a lot of the time.
There was
and that's not what high school is fucking like.
No. I was like, man, where are all the parties that people should be having? The fun, clean parties.
The keggers.
Yeah.
Just literal full-blown house party keggers
but without
that thrown
kegs.
by a 15-year-old. Yeah. That's believable. Totally makes sense. Yeah, no. It wasn't until I was in I might have told the story before. I was in 7th or 8th grade. My school was the nexus hub of the bus system.
Oh.
So high schoolers that were taking the bus would have to come to our middle school to hop on a transfer bus to go to their house. That they would let us out and I'd walk amongst the high schoolers for a brief moment and I'm taller than most of these people. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You've lost a little bit of power now. And granted, I was probably 5.
They're not adults. They're still children.
Yeah.
Literally
These are
children.
Literal kids. I think it was also in 5th grade. I might have told this story too. I don't even remember. Fucking Earth Day.
Oh, okay.
All the high schoolers came to our elementary school to like help plant trees and bullshit, and fucking these idiot kids were like encouraging us to like play around in literal dirt. Like a bunch of like fucking 9 and 10-year-olds like, yeah, fucking dirt fight, woo, and we thought they were basically adults, so we're just like, all right, dirt fight, I don't know. They got so fucking mad at us. I remember the teacher's assistant or teacher's aide literally being like, God, why'd you do this? And we're like, I don't know, they thought it was cool, so we did it. And they were like, you realize like they call high schoolers kids, like high school kids, like they have no authority over you.
I'm fucking
you fucking dumbasses.
I'm fucking 7. Anyone more than a foot taller than me is an adult.
Not 7, like 10 and 11.
Okay.
Like we were young. Like some of those kids were 4 years older than us. Like, absolutely not in a position of authority at all. Like these are not 18-year-olds and 7-year-olds. These were 15-year-olds and 11-year-olds.
Yeah, but you still did it, didn't you?
Oh, God.
Absolutely,
you played in that fucking dirt.
We played in that fucking dirt. We also got into
You dumb little kid.
We got into an apple fight at the football stadium that made national news. Like we were throwing literal apples at like other high school and like middle school aged kids. Like
Jesus
we were fucking
Christ.
dumb, bro. Like straight idiots. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds
don't know
rad.
how to
That sounds
explain.
like a thing you say like as icebreakers at work things from now on.
These are apples. These are hardened fruit. Like
okay.
tree apples. Like there was like a mini orchard of apple trees up above the football stadium that all the kids ran up to randomly during a game. I don't know what caused it. And just started fucking hucking apples at each other. Like projectiles. Hard, not quite as hard as rocks, but like approaching rocks in the hardness.
I thought these were soft ass.
Dozens of baseballs.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, baseball hardness. Think baseball.
I thought these were
just
soft ass
war.
crab apples, but if people are chucking red delicious at each other,
Yeah.
To be fair, that is the only acceptable use of a Red Delicious apple.
Absolutely, to throw it at other people. Red Delicious is fucking trash tier, not even the same fruit apple. So, but no, they were like tree apples. Like they weren't for eating. They were probably just a tree that grew apples. Like fucking nightmare fuel, man. I'm amazed I didn't get hit by one and sent to the hospital because there were hospitalizations.
Oh my God.
There was an ambulance that did take kids away.
Also, Ryan, I literally gagged when you said that. And I think I knew this intellectually, but never, like, realized this, that 4-year difference between, like, an elementary schooler and a high schooler. And, like, as adults, 4-year age dating difference is nothing, but, like, it's gross.
Yeah.
It's gross to
That
think
was a
about.
thing.
Seniors date freshmen in
Yeah.
high school.
No, it's fucked.
Yeah, it happened.
Because while those
multiple
seniors
times.
are still literal children, those freshmen are like babies.
Those freshmen stopped playing with dolls like a year ago.
Yeah, they're closer to infants than they are to adults.
I mean, maybe not that far, but like I see what you're going
Had me
with.
in lost.
I
Okay.
agree with you in spirit.
Yeah, freshmen basically still embryos.
Yeah,
Just
a freshman,
basically like barely fertilized.
a freshman. They have the chart of like the different sizes of like fetal development and stuff, and then there's freshmen, and it's like like slightly larger than like
Yeah, it's freshman.
8 weeks.
It's like single cell, freshman, newborn, and then like senior down the line.
Welcome to 9th grade orientation. Congratulations, y'all are almost people.
Welcome to 9th grade orientation. Ryan, I know you were taller than all those high schoolers, but you are now literally like smaller than a newborn. Don't worry, it'll fade away sophomore year. But for now, yes, you are approximately 10 inches long. I hope you're okay with this.
I fucking lost the thread on this. We were in the breakouts. I beat Hades. Still playing Hades, but I beat Hades.
Ew.
Nice.
Did you get the true ending? I saw that in the Honest Game trailer. There's a true ending.
So I think I did. where it's like you have to beat the game 10 times, but it seems like there's a little bit of a post-game thing going on. I'm at least going to play until I max out all 3 romantic options, because they're very good. Without spoiling anything, because I think Andrew's still vaguely interested in it, the romance options in that game are be gay or get whipped. And I'm into it. Yeah.
Okay, no los dos.
4K. You have 2 hands.
Yeah. One to whip yourself and one to jerk off a man? I don't... What are the 2 hands for in this scenario?
One is jerking off a man, yes. The other is pleasuring the woman that is whipping you. Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, yeah.
I realized, by the way, I don't know if you guys do this, but I fucking end up watching myself on video chats like a good 75% of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you fixing your hair just there, Andrew.
No, I
so
didn't.
feel like you joined the club. It's like when you talk about how blinking like can be a manual thing, and then for the next 10 minutes everyone's fucked. They're like, God damn it! No, I can't stop thinking about how I need to blink. That I realized that my own reaction to Lucas saying that he got the true ending to Hades was just like the fucking shocked white guy blinking expression. So then for the next 15 seconds, I don't know if you guys noticed, I was trying to reenact that gif. Like, make it look more like the blinking white guy gif. Like, just... It didn't work. I'm not a great actor, but I was just staring at my own video trying to look more like him, and hoping that no one would notice that I was trying to do that, because Lucas was talking about Hades and I have nothing to add. So, and now I do.
It's on PC. You should play it. Andrew, I'd buy it for you to play, but I can't, apparently, because fucking Nintendo eShop is weird.
Well, you can't buy it?
I cannot buy it as a gift.
Well, you could give him money for it and say, buy this.
Okay.
Andrew would uphold that. Or would you?
I just buy groceries.
Yeah, Andrew puts that $10 towards the PS5. Thanks, Lucas. I'm going to play other games and not the one you want.
Yeah, Lucas, what's a game that you don't want me to play?
Andrew, I do not want you to play Bug Snacks. Absolutely do not play Bug Snacks.
You know what?
Trixie.
I've had a change of heart, and I respect you as a friend, so I'm not going to play Bugsnax.
Oh, wow. Lucas, that was a 400 IQ play that almost paid off, man.
Oh.
Keep taking those swings.
I was also almost able to Bugs Bunny him. Couldn't quite do it.
Yeah.
Bugsnax Bunny.
Yeah, ooh. Okay, weird. That might be the title.
Fucking die. Bugsnax Bunny needs to be put down by Elmer Fudd.
Jesus Christ. Have you guys... This is a pretty deep cut, but have you guys seen or heard of anything from the Elmer Fudd versus Batman comic?
No.
What?
If it's a deep cut for you, Lucas, it is fair to say that we have not experienced this.
It's exactly what it sounds like. It is Batman versus Elmer Fudd, who is apparently the world's greatest hunter.
Elmer Fudd fucking sucks, though.
Yeah, world's greatest hunter. His entire existence is failing at hunting.
No, hunting Bugs Bunny. That's how good Bugs Bunny is.
He hunts other animals. He hunts like Daffy Duck and shit and doesn't do well at that either.
That's how good Daffy Duck is.
It's starting to sound like in the world that Elmer Fudd exists in, he is a fucking garbage hunter.
Yeah. So when he goes into Batman's world,
Batman's world? Our world? This world? Our world? Fucking
Elmer Fudd's just a dude with a gun. He has...
And like a shitty gun, like a blunderbuss.
Yeah, he has all of the tactical ability of your drunk uncle. You think you can beat Batman?
Was he trying to beat him? Like it's the world's greatest hunter versus the world's greatest detective, or they work together?
Eventually they come together to take on a common enemy. But for
who is?
I don't know.
Who's the common enemy?
A fucking
never made it
deer
that far
that's
down.
loose in the city, like broke a store window.
Yeah, one of those Central Park deer that like is kind of elusive and like causes havoc when they get out of there.
God, that must be fucking wild from that deer's perspective.
Yeah, that deer had like hundreds of millions of years of evolution, and then it's just like, what the fuck is happening right now?
I have instincts, and they don't know what's happening.
Yeah. My instincts didn't prepare me for this. If you believe that, like, God is creating every single living animal, God did not fucking prepare those deer for living in the city. Like, he was like, all right, so yeah. Oh, that was a big voice crack. Jesus Christ. Edit that out. Snap, snap, snap. All right, so deer. All right, I kind of made you in a big batch. Fucking, you eat some berries. You run at the first sign of trouble. Unless there's like these two bright lights aiming at you, then you just stand stark still and don't move. All right, talk to you guys. See you in 10 years or so, like, depending on how well you do. And then they get to the real world and they're like, what the fuck? God, what did you do?
9th grade deer orientation didn't prepare me for this.
9th grade deer orientation. 9th grade, they're still... It's like how dysfunctional the United States sex ed program is. Like, they're telling you, like, well, the easiest way to cross a road is to not cross it. So...
No. It's the easiest way not to get hit by a car is to never cross the road, except life is built where you, like, have to cross the road and you want to really bad.
Yeah. Everything
and then they're like, I don't know how to not get hit by cars. And they're like, well, you know, it's just common sense that you go to the crosswalk and wait for the light to change. Like, they never told me that. They just told me not to cross the road. I'm not prepared for this.
The fucking teachers, they're doing demonstrations. This is what happened to deer that crossed the road. It's just fucking splattered, like, guts and everything. They're not telling them anything about how to do it safely. They're literally just like, no, fucking don't do it, idiots. And then the deer are like, but I really want to cross that road. Like, something deep inside of me is telling me cross the road. Like, what do you want from me?
Also, guys, I know...
Meanwhile, like, thousands of kids are crossing the road every day, but, like, the teachers just pretend that it's not happening. Like, kids don't cross roads. Yeah. They don't have to. And if they do cross roads, it's because you told them how to do it safely. And they're like, yeah, but isn't that a good thing? Like, no. It's dangerous. It's bad.
There's the one cool teacher that's handing out, like, reflective vests. But, like, that teacher gets fired and, like, banned because all the deer moms are freaking out. Like, they're telling him to cross roads. That's not okay. And the teacher's like, no, I don't want them to die if they do choose to cross a road, which they will. Like,
if they die, that's what dear God wanted.
Dear God. Wait, in my story, dear God was God. But no, do they have their own God?
If they have deer schools, I think they got dear God.
If they have Dear God, then Dear God has massively failed them. Like, Dear God
Dear
needs to
God.
Oh my God, that's the title. GEER God, all caps.
Dear God needed to fucking give them some sort of survival skills for the 21st century. Dear God has massively failed us. Dear God is basically Helio.
Also, guys, when it comes to actual sex, like, you know what? I know nobody wants to hear abstinence, but we are literally overpopulated. There's a chronic wasting disease that's taking care of us because there are too many of us. Like, chill out. Don't have kids.
Yeah. If you don't want to get brutally fucking murdered by human beings, try to have less of us, and then we'll hope that the humans regulate how many of us can be killed. I feel like they're so organized at this point that they should just instate their fucking consciousness to the world.
Organize, either state their sovereignty or fight back in some way.
We're human beings, basically. We have critical thinking. Not only do we have logical people pushing for progress, we have illogical people pushing against it, just like you. Like, recognize us.
We can coexist.
No, we can't. No, we fucking couldn't. If deer were smart, they'd be dead in like weeks.
Or you know what? Maybe
we couldn't coexist with Cro-Magnon or
with
Neanderthals.
other humanoids.
They were basically just the same as us.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
They shared almost all of our DNA and we couldn't coexist. We can't coexist with people that share all of our DNA.
Yeah.
People that look ever so slightly different in the most artificial ways we cannot coexist
and
with.
even people that look exactly like us, but then just talk different or like have like one value that's different or like have an accent or just are from somewhere like 6 miles away.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you not down with Helio the Corn God? I don't know if we can be friends.
I think you gotta die and go to hell. Yeah, no. Calling back to Borat 2, amazed that this is already relevant. But yeah, literally, like, there's a scene where he's talking with these two, like, full-blown QAnon conspiracy crazies, and, like, basically says, like, oh, Democrats, like, so they're the problem, right? Who's a bigger problem, Democrats or the virus? And they're like, well, definitely Democrats. And he's just like, oh, yeah, like, and they're like, he's like, we should, like, take care of them, right? Like, we should kill them. And they're just like, well, unfortunately, they have as many rights as you and me. And he's like, they should have less rights, though, right? And they're just kind of like, yeah, they should. We all know it. They should have less rights. Like, yeah, like, basically, if you're just the other side of this coin that is, like, pretty damn close to each other in American politics, you deserve to be killed and have less rights, like, in the minds of some people. So you're going to think that we can get along with sentient deer, like... things that we already kill for sport.
You know what? Tinfoil hat, here we go. What if that's how smart they are? What if the deer have realized this is how this is going to play out? And so
I think that's a theory. Isn't that a theory already? That, like, there's a sentient animal out there and humans just, they live in fear of how fast humans develop? Like, they developed alongside us but saw how fucking fast we were moving and were just like, shit. Like, kind of like if like Native Americans or American Indians like were able to see Europe's progress through like a telescope, they'd be like, you know what? I think the last thing we need to do is be noticed by those guys. I think they're gonna kill us all if they find out we're here. Like,
fucking Columbus.
Yeah, if that Italian dude comes within cannon shot, like, we need to find a trebuchet or something that can take his ass out and scuttle the remains so that no one comes back.
Hey, what are these bones? Bigfoot.
Whale bones. We went for the same reference. I wonder how well that's gonna sync.
All right, we're basically fucking here already, but group chat. Yeah,
I think that was the group chat.
We didn't talk about Fantasy High. That was in the breakouts.
Watching Fantasy.
Or is that group chat technically?
I mean, it can be either.
Okay.
Fantasy High. Fuck yeah! This is. Turns out, trained comedians with interests in stringing together narratives are really good at D&D.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's fucking high tier shit. Like, it is peak improv comedy for me. Like, to have a narrative strung together by just a fucking master of Brennan Lee Mulligan that is, it's so seamless. It reminds me of how video game companies, like, for a long time, the holy grail was seamless loading screens, like people not knowing when you were in a loading screen. That basically is, we've had conversations like this, Lucas, where we're like, where is the preordained narrative and where is the improv?
Yep.
Like, it's impossible to tell. It's literally seamless. Like, his storytelling abilities are just so fucking good. Like, it's unbelievable. So, literally, like, when you can't tell whether or not he's rolling with the punches or it's just a really well-designed and, like, well-flowing improv narrative, like, it's so good. So, yeah.
Yeah, a couple times I have thought, okay, is he just doing a dice roll right now and the results don't actually matter and he is just taking a second to think of what happens next? Or is that being incorporated? But it's all really well done, and I was not going into this expecting like a genuine multi-camera project.
So good. Yeah.
God, the
visuals.
Yep, the visuals, the modeling work,
the editing.
Yep.
When they cut to things or like character designs or even like sometimes they do flashbacks, like it's so fucking good. And here's my my warning to you, Lucas.
Oh boy.
If you're like me, because you did bring this up, that there were episodes released this year. There are 17 episodes. There's 16 in a bonus episode of Fantasy High Season 1. Enjoy it as though there are 16 episodes in a bonus episode of Fantasy High. I'm not saying that Season 2 won't be for you, but it is completely live. There's no editing. There's no characters. There's no models. It's just like a visual podcast of them playing D&D, which might be enjoyable, but it's 100% not the same product as Season 1.
And it can't be, because College Humor kind of went under, and they have to do everything remotely now, and it's just not the same project in the same circumstances. And
this was not remote, though.
Oh.
Yeah, the season was completely on the same set, just with no editing, and like no production value, basically. Like Brennan, it opens, I made it like 15 minutes into the first episode of Season 2. Brennan is literally playing sounds, like soundtrack from his laptop to try to provide mood, and it's poorly balanced. Like the every improver has different levels, and like the music is sometimes too loud, sometimes too quiet. Like it's not the same product. It really isn't. Season 1 is so polished and perfect, and like they really tried, but no. So don't be like me and take it for granted that Season 1 is coming to a close, because you're like, oh, Season 2 is like, yeah, I'll have more. Definitely like appreciate it in the moment that there are 16 and a bonus episode of just golden content.
It's really disappointing. It's not that I've done this. It's effort and skill, but it's not that much work to go through AV and add appropriate sound effects at specific moments. Like it's
all live. That's the problem.
Like
they're literally just taking a live recording and putting the VOD on YouTube. So yeah, you can't do any mixing. It's all probably on one audio track and everything. So, yeah, it's definitely like, I'm sure it's a budgetary thing, but it was not a COVID thing. It was all filmed pre-COVID. So. But enjoy it. Season 1 is perfect, and it honestly has a perfect ending.
Okay,
like you have nothing to be worried about with Season 1. You are going to fucking live for how this season goes, because it really just starts off fucking hot and just keeps going the entire time.
Of what I've seen so far, I'm trying to think of what element I can use to best pitch this to Andrew that we haven't tackled already. I think it might be Bill Seacaster. Yeah.
Bill Seacaster's great. Gallier. Gallier's fucking great. Where are you in Gallier's arc, if you don't mind? Spoiler alert, he has an arc.
Yeah, oh boy. He just showed up. Took him out to ice cream. Seems like a really cool dad, cool parent, even though like he's a demon. He probably has some conflicting motives.
Oh no, that's Gorthalax.
Oh, Gallier. Fuck.
Gallier.
Wow, I combined those characters for a second. Gallier.
Yeah, they're both Fig's dads.
Gallier just confronted Gorthalax about turning him into a cuckold over breakfast with his daughter.
You turned me into a cuckold, but you seem good for Fig, so... So you've seen the yogurt, right?
Yes.
The yogurt stuff. the character bit of Brennan saying, like, immediately after Gallier saying, like, it expires in a day, so eat as much as you can, and then immediately followed by, you see the label, it expired 2 days ago. Like, just fucking kills me. It's so good, dude. God damn it. The balding elf who's supposed to be immortal and perfect. He has a lot of afflictions. You're
oh boy,
gonna hear about a lot of them. Brennan keeps laying it on. Gallier cannot catch a break.
God, fucking Jawbone taking the counselor position out from under, and then being
so you did get to that part, the lunch lad.
Yes, the lunch lad. And then being a fucking great counselor. This weird werewolf.
No, but
man.
he's just a genuinely great fucking counselor. He's been to hell and back and has a lot of good advice for kids. And like literally when you meet him and Galier's just fucking like, I counseled a full company of men back when I was in the service, and 20 years of it. And Golden Horde is like, oh yeah, like, no, you sound great and qualified, unfortunately.
Hey guys, I'm Jawbo. Does anybody have some like books on counseling I can read? Because I'm going to do the shit out of this job, man. Yeah. Like, I'm taking this seriously.
Let's help some fucking kids. And it's all because the party like took pity on this one random werewolf.
I don't have healthcare.
Completely fucking the entire story arc. Oh man.
All right. Only other thing I think we can add to the group chat. Pretty handed Packer victory, even though I don't think that was ever in question.
God, the Texans for most of the game until we went into prevent mode were like not a professional football team.
Yeah, no, they looked bad. Bad.
Next fucking
like obviously the defense is like insanely bad. The offense did not look great.
Yeah, like Deshaun Watson looked great. That's it.
Yeah, well, Deshaun Watson's Deshaun Watson,
but things. Yeah,
it's like, god damn. If someone told you like, here's like, if someone said last year or like 2 or 3 years ago, and they said, here's an offense made out of Deshaun Watson, Brandon Cooks, David Johnson, Randall Cobb, Kenny Stills, Will Fuller, Duke Johnson, and then whatever. And like a decent offensive line, or what should be a decent offensive line. Yeah. How do you think they are as a team? And you'd say probably very good.
It's fucking pathetic.
And they're bad.
They're my second favorite team, so I've been like kind of following them. Fucking Christ, man. The most pathetic excuse for like it's almost worse than the Jets. Like
wow.
Because we knew the Jets were going to be bad.
Exactly. Everyone saw it coming. Like, the Texans are legitimately talented. Like, they do have talent, even though they traded away DeAndre Hopkins. They still are talented on both sides of the ball. And just fucking pathetic. Can't do anything. So, and part of it's, like, we're a good team.
No.
We knew it. We got our shit rocked by the Bucks. But, like, even though we might not be Super Bowl favorites, like, we're absolutely still, like, a playoff bound, seeking a first round bye type team. So
once we get to the semifinals, that's going to be maybe more luck than skill. But now we're going to the playoffs. Yeah,
I'm worried about our matchup with the Bucks, but I'm less worried about our matchup with the Bucks than I was the Niners last year.
Okay,
yeah,
like the Niners absolutely rocked our shit last year, and I was just apoplectic. Like, we cannot beat that team. Like, objectively, maybe in Lambeau we could steal a win, but if we're playing in San Francisco, we lose to that team 95 times out of 100. Like, just get fucking beat down. So, like, the Bucks, I do think they match up particularly well against us, and it's going to present a very difficult challenge for Matt LaFleur, but I think we, at the end of the day, are better suited to beat them than we were the Niners last year. So still feeling decent.
We're like a lion fighting a school of salmon off the coast of Africa. We're losing that fight 9 times out of 10.
We cannot do this reference again. We cannot do this bit again.
Did you guys see the quad doink in the Rice University game?
Yeah, I did see that. Cody Parkey's spiritual successor. That's insane. 4 bounces is a lot in basketball. Like Kawhi Leonard's famous playoff series clinching shot last year bounced 4 times off the rim, and it felt like an eternity. Mm-hmm. Like it was just do, and then finally went in. In football, it was just like otherworldly. Like it was like, how did that happen?
That might be it for our entire lives.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen a triple before. Like,
and we may never.
Wait, so where was the quad doink? Like,
it was a college football, Rice University.
Okay, Rice University. Okay, because I did not see this, but I will look it up.
It makes no sense. The double doink at least makes sense in physics. It's still remarkably rare, and I've only seen it like twice. Definitely never seen a triple doink. It legitimately hits the crossbar. Or not, not just the crossbar, but hits everything 4 times. It's insane.
Jesus.
So, yeah. Also, the Badgers looked good. Graham Mertz might be missing for the foreseeable future, so that's great.
Yeah.
And most of the team might be missing for this foreseeable future. Who fucking knows?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
If one guy has it, multiple guys probably have it, and even before they figure that out, they're going to have to put people into quarantine. Because they were all exposed.
He probably had a Friday night and didn't have a big enough viral load to test positive yet.
Yeah.
So, honestly, we're probably looking at Illinois players potentially having it. Because that's how this works.
We don't necessarily know that he was patient 0 on the Badgers.
Exactly. He probably wasn't.
But,
so.
Yeah, Graham Mertz looked just absolutely fucking money.
The issue that I still have, just to temper expectations, is that last year they specifically referenced his inability to deal with any sort of pressure coming his way as the reason that he was not only not the starter, but not the runaway backup. He at one point was fighting for the backup job last season, and it's because he was absolute money, unstoppable with no pressure in his face, and the minute that there was some pressure, he just completely fell apart, was useless. And he just really did not face much pressure against Illinois. And granted, we have a great offensive line, right. Yeah. So it's going to be tempered by the fact that we always are just unbelievably good on the offensive line. But in the grand scheme of things, eventually he's going to face pressure from teams like Ohio State.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how good your offensive line is, you're going to be facing some pressure, and you're going to have to make some throws under pressure. And if he has not completely shaken that will be a huge issue for us down the road. But as the coaches said last year, he is remarkable when he's not really under pressure and he has a clean pocket. He literally threw 21 catchable passes and one was dropped and almost was perfect. So what can you do?
We can do a clap sync and go into the wiki wind down.
Ooh, dusting off a classic.
If it ain't broke.
Well, we did already fix it.
Fuck.
We stopped doing the wiki wind down, so we did fix something that was not broke in theory.
Or it was broke. We fixed something that was broken.
Andrew's on the side that it's broken. So Lucas is on the side of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm on the side of, it was not broke, but we did fix it. Andrew's on the side of, it was broken and we fixed it.
And
the
somehow,
3 sides of man.
Somehow we make this podcast work.
That's the crux of the podcast, is it not? That is what drives the podcast. You're talking about the engine.
We're 3 people with similar interests and different opinions.
Watch 3 white guys with
Let's talk.
interests and different opinions. Yeah, someone needs to put that in the iTunes description of the podcast.
Oh,
three white guys with different opinions talking about them.
And different opinions. Yep. Summed it up.
Maybe put an asterisk on that different.
Perfect.
Hell yeah. And this episode of the Voluntary Viewing Podcast, episode 118, was also perfect. Thanks for listening. If you like what you heard, like, comment, subscribe, leave a rating, leave a review, etc. Be sure to email us your questions and business opportunities to voluntaryviewing@gmail.com. Also be sure to follow us on Twitter @V2_podcast for updates and some fun posts pulled from our Instagram account. Do you want to tell them about that, Andrew?
Yeah, check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter and YouTube as well. Everywhere you're going to find us at either Voluntary Viewing, such as Instagram, or V2_podcast on Twitter, or Voluntary Viewing Podcast on YouTube. So, see some highlights, see some clips, hear our beautiful voices, hear jokes being made. Generally, just make your day better. If you're listening to this podcast, you're probably not doing great. So, just watch more of us and make your day better.
That put the impetus on us there, man. That was like...
Sounds like you're saying we are attracting people that are...
Because you're...
Really...
Because you're listening to this, you must not be doing great.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Also, we have a Patreon you can check out, Voluntary Viewing Patreon. You can join the terrific likes of Tiffany Cole, Sucky Badger, and Sensual Richard Nixon if you'd like to support us. A couple of great tiers on there. Generally a good time, but if you can't support us there, or if you can't support us, at the very least try to support Act Blue, which is basically a great way to make sure that the progressive organizations that need some funds receive them. Save you the time and effort of researching that. And then, of course, also be sure to vote if you're a U.S. citizen and can do so. Big election coming up. Be great if you could vote early in person, early drop off a ballot. I know mailing in a ballot, not super great right now. Although I'll be honest and say that I did that in Chicago and they received that, no issue. Got an email about that actually yesterday, so that was kind of neat. But yeah, whatever way you can participate in this election, please try to do so. I need a drink of water. How are we closing this thing out?
By listening to Lucas ASMR drinking water.
Is this like...
Love it.
Oh my god.
All right. I think that's that.
Good night, everybody.